us on 07534 816 255 to book your table now. You can also follow us on Instagram at Colony Ilford. We have ample space for wudu and salah, so don't miss out on this Ramadan offer. The Colony Restaurant, Ilford.
MR Accountants provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment, tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services to all different types of businesses. With our in-house chartered accountants, you can be guaranteed to save money. Contact us now on 0273
Through Minhaj Welfare Foundation,
432
your giving
9138.
saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water. Emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world. Supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects. Call us now, 0300 30.
Assalamu alaikum, and you are tuned into Revive FM. This is your host, Rafiq. Today we've got a special show, a kind of one-off for Touch Gloves Boxing. And with me is Sultan Malik.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
You doing alright?
Yeah, good. And yourself?
Not bad, alhamdulillah.
We made it?
Yeah, finally.
Good to see you on the show.
Yeah. Great.
And I've been asking you to come for some time.
Yeah.
For the previous occasions that we've run the radio. This radio is going to go live. It's going to go 24/7.
Great.
We've got a contract. Inshallah, this will be running for the next couple of years.
I think it's something that's needed, so it's great for the community,
Brilliant.
In the platform, so yeah.
Excellent.
Great. Well done.
Excellent. I want to quickly turn to a video. This was the promo, you can say, of the show.
Yeah.
So if we can play that very briefly, that would be great. Yeah, I'm going to turn the mics down for a few minutes, and then so that let the listeners and viewers catch a taste of this.
All right, cool.
Touch gloves, it's fight time. Once we touch gloves, it's fight time. Once we touch gloves, it's fight time. Fight time. Fight time.
There you have it. That was a brief intro to Touch Gloves Boxing, TGB. Sultan Malik, he is a coach with over 10 years boxing experience, boxing coaching experience. He's been coaching at grassroots level. He holds a level 2, is a level 2 certified amateur boxing coach with England Boxing, and is also certified advanced Hatton boxing instructor, incorporating boxing with fitness. It's great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Give a big shout out to your fans, family,
I think we've
and
got
friends.
quite a few people hopefully tuned in. Those at Al Medina Mosque, especially our students, parents as well, family, friends. So, guys, start tuning in now. Let's go.
Brilliant. And with you, who have you got with you? We've got
Farhan Yazdeen. He's been with me for a few years now.
Yeah, Farhan. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Salam.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright.
You good? Did you watch the match yesterday?
Yeah.
Or last night? Joshua and Ruiz.
Yeah.
And what did you think? Was it an upset or did
It was upsetting.
It was upsetting. Right. Brilliant. And Who else have we got here?
Khadija.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Khadija, you settled down?
Yeah,
Yeah, you looking forward to the show?
yeah,
And you enjoy your boxing?
yeah.
How often do you go?
Every week.
Every week. Mashallah. Is that the same with Farhan as well?
Yeah. Farhan every week. Khadija, she's one of my students as well. She's been with me from day one. And I think you even see from the video clip, both of them, how much they've improved from having little or no boxing experience to doing what they do. So alhamdulillah, they're still learning, still progressing, we're learning together. So
I mean, it was round about June 2016. I used to attend a class in Barking Mosque, Circles of Sacred Knowledge. It was like a religious class representing kind of mainstream traditional Islamic education, and I saw the flyer there, or the poster I think it was, and that's when I called you, and I think you just said, yeah, bring her in. And when you started, there were literally a handful of students. You had like 4 or 5. Khadija was already going to martial arts, and she got a couple of belts there, but I was still looking for something for a little bit more energy, a little bit more focus. So I saw your energy levels, and I saw your focus, your dedication to the students, and so I just thought, yeah, this is something really good. And we used to come to boxing, then we used to go to martial arts. It's quite difficult doing both.
Yeah, it's the
traveling.
Yeah.
So then I thought, you know what, I'm going to stick, and I wanted the boxing to continue, because I saw the quality and I saw your kind of dedication, mashallah. The only thing was, because there were only a few students, I knew you had the passion to continue, and I thought that you would continue even if there was one. But obviously the venue, the place where you're committing to, they might have expectations. If they don't see a full hall, they might think, this is not worth it. So that was my only concern. I used to kind of regularly say to you, just carry on, because I saw the quality and I knew the people would come in.
I think it's a common perception, to be honest with you. Do you know, when you start a particular project, expectations people have are quite high a lot of the time, and if they don't get a certain amount of numbers, even whoever's leading it is like, oh, do you know what, let's pack it in, because we're not getting the numbers.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Alhamdulillah, I mean, first and foremost, Al Medina Masjid in Barking have been absolutely amazing. So that, I mean, more than amazing. So I mean, when we started, the secretary there, Ash Sadiq, lovely guy, love him to bits. He kind of approached me because prior to this, I actually helped run a boxing class or a club at Ilford Mosque.
Oh, okay.
At Albert Road.
Albert Road, okay.
And that was back in 2008.
Okay, so quite early, quite a while back.
Yeah, that's quite a while back.
Yeah.
And how I got into it, if I'm honest with you, my first passion was always football. Loved it. From school, from college.
What team do you support?
I'm not going to say this. Okay, I'm not going to say it. But football was my passion. Sunday league, used to play Saturday league. And all my mates were just all into football. Got into the boxing. I've always been passionate about boxing, love watching it. It used to be like a thing with the family. My uncles, my cousins, my brothers. We used to stay out watching Naseem Hamed. We used to stay out watching Mike Tyson. The infamous air biting incident with Holyfield. We were up watching that. I can still remember we were up till like 7, 8 in the morning just talking about what we just saw. So boxing has always been a passion, but I never participated in it. So when I started helping out at Ilford Mosque, the coach at the time, Naveed, said to me, have you done any training before? Have you coached? I said, no. So he said, all right, you're going to start training.
Wow.
But before that, just get involved with the class. So literally all I was doing, I was coming in and I was like, just like a student. I was going in, I was training, I was getting involved, and then just picked it up from there. Just picked up little bits and pieces, coaching, etc., etc. That had to come to an end because the lead coach had to leave. He moved to Dubai, So again, we're looking at that consistency thing. There's always something that kind of happens.
Yeah.
And
It's
we used to get
difficult.
loads of kids, 20, 30, 40 kids coming in.
Wow.
And obviously that kind of fell by the wayside, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ashfaq got in touch with me.
Yeah.
He said, let's set something up here at Barking Masjid.
Yeah.
And the first thing was, Ash, look, if we're going to do this for the masjid, it's a great project, let's do it. But we just need to be consistent. We need to keep it, make sure it's sustainable. We need to make sure it's consistent. We don't need to be looking at the numbers. We don't, I said to him, look, I don't care if one person comes or two. I said it has to be consistent, because without that consistency, it's not going to get anywhere. Yeah. So they were like, all right, great. So we sat down and thought, all right, cool. So we had to think of a name. And we didn't want to have a traditional Islamic name to it.
Yeah.
We didn't want, Al Madina Mosque Boxing Club or Muslim Boxing Club or whatever, because I just wanted to make it as inclusive as possible. Community
orientated. Yeah.
And even though it might have even if we put an Islamic stance on it, it might still not attract young Muslim boys.
Yeah, you might actually put people off.
Yeah,
just from the Islamic.
Forget about trying to get non-Muslims coming into a Muslim environment.
Yeah.
You're looking at our own youngsters.
Yeah.
Because maybe they're not from families or backgrounds where Islam has been part of their life.
Yeah.
They might love boxing, but as soon as they feel, oh look, this so-and-so Muslim boxing club, it might just go, no, do you know what? They're going to start making me pray and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So we need to start thinking about the bigger picture now with these young people.
Out of the box. And
don't get me wrong. When we have to pray, we stop and we pray.
Yeah, mashallah. I've seen
but
that.
you got to look at the bigger picture. How we're going to get our young people into the masjid.
Well, what kind of stands out also is that you've got professionals coming in as well.
Yeah.
So on one side you've got professionals, like Conor Ben. For those of you who are like my age, he's the son of Nigel Ben, right? And Nigel Ben, a legend. He fought, I think you banked twice. I think he lost once, and then he won the second time.
Yeah.
So, and now his son, Conor Banks, he's at it as well. And I think he's had like 14 wins, nine knockouts.
Conor actually came down when we set up in 2016. It's kind of opened up avenues to network with brilliant people as well, and one brother who I'm really close friends with now, Kaleem. So shout out to Kaleem if he's listening. He's a very good friend of Conor. So he, through other means and other networks, Conor actually came down with a female who was turning professional at the time, Hannah Rankin. She's actually fighting for the IBO World Championship
in June, in this month, isn't it?
Yeah, I think in the next couple of weeks she's fighting.
Yeah.
So she started her professional career when we kind of started TGB, so we've been friends since.
Brilliant.
So she's fighting for a world title in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, so her and Conor done a bit of sparring at our club, and it was amazing to see. Like we see these pro boxers on the TV, on YouTube and whatever, but when you actually see a professional boxer, especially like Conor Ben, smashing bags in your boxing club, and you just hear the power, the strength, the speed, the aggression, you're like, wow. You just have to take your hat off to these people and say, do you know what, you live, breathe, sleep boxing, you train. These are athletes.
Yeah, that's years of.
And our youngsters that were around at the time were like, and they're still there. Some of them that were there when he came down, they were like, wow.
Yeah, it's years of training and grilling.
It's inspiring. It's inspiring,
Wow.
And even on our Instagram, there's a clip of him talking about, he's fighting at that, and this was 3 years back. And look how he's kind of progressed in his career.
Definite. You've had Conor.
Connor's come down. Isaac Chamberlain's come down. He signed with Matchroom Boxing.
The WBO.
Freddie Kiewit, who's the WBO European champion. He's come down. He was a Southern Area champion at the time.
Right.
Came down. John Harding Jr. He had a fight. I went to see him at the O2 not long ago, and he just signed up with Dillian White, who's a heavyweight champion who's looking to get a potential fight with Joshua or Deontay Wilder as well.
Okay.
So we're bringing in, alhamdulillah, really good. And if you notice, apart from Muhib Fazluddin, he's a Yemeni Pakistani brother.
Yeah.
He's a pro boxer. He's fighting on the 8th of June. We're going to support him. And Hamza Shiraz, a local boy from Ilford, he signed up with Frank Warren.
Oh, wow.
He's come down as well, showing his love and support. But apart from those two, the rest of them non-Muslims.
There's no Muslims in that crowd.
And it's brilliant because they come in, they actually love the club, the feel for it, because it's not your traditional sweated out old school gym. It's quite obviously it's a clean hall, but we got a ring up, we got bags up. But they come here, they feel like wow, it's a different feel to it.
Yeah, I noticed that myself. Because I always used to wonder, how will they feel coming into a completely different non-gym environment? But they seem really comfortable getting on, with the youngsters, with the young students there. Yeah. And I think that's really great for networking
and networking as well. And like I said, even like when it comes to praying, if we got a Maghrib Salah coming during the middle of a session, we'll just stop. Pray. And you've got like pro boxers looking at that.
Yeah, amazing.
And they've never seen it. So this is opportunity to give dawah at the same time.
Absolutely.
So what a perfect opportunity. Like Allah works in mysterious ways. It's not always the traditional type of dawah. I mean, it's through our actions as well.
Absolutely.
So we just try our best as much as we can.
Yeah.
We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. And obviously the students that come, we want to do as much as we want. We want to get them into keeping fit, keeping active, learning a new skill, learning how to box.
Just on keeping fit, I mean, what's your kind of, just as a taster, what's your kind of, beginning warm-up routine?
So for a typical, like for our men's classes, it'll be like an hour and a half session. Yeah. So the guys will come in, we'll get them warming up with skipping, but we kind of mimic boxing rounds. So it'll be like 2 or 3 minute rounds skipping with a minute rest in between. Okay. And they'll do that for maybe 6 rounds, getting them warming up. But in between, I might get them doing exercises. Yeah.
What about the kids? Because kids
as well. I mean,
loads of energy.
And with the kids, it obviously changed. We all break it up slightly. So some of them, because our kids' classes are massive. You've seen.
Oh, they've
expanded. Like you said, at the beginning of the show, where we had like 7, 8, 9 kids. Yeah. Now we're coaching and engaging with over 150 students.
Amazing.
Not just kids. Yeah. Men, women.
Well, Farhan was a student. Yeah. So you're not only producing. So what you're doing for the community at the same time, you're not producing. You're not just having students there learning from you, but you're producing coaches.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what it is? They, like I said, they come, they train, and it just depends on not the kids that I've got with me. They've had their challenges in life. They're still young, and they've had experiences in their life which, at that age you most probably think a young person shouldn't experience. Yeah. So I've had parents approach me and say, look, can you have this particular person under your wing, or this particular person, get them involved. I don't care if they go to as many sessions as they want. I want them to be with you, mentor them in a way. And it's a responsibility on my end, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility.
Married, you've got 3 kids, and then you still treat them as your own. Although they're not, you got to be there for them and support them and guide them and speak to them on a level as well. So I'll get them involved with not only taking part in classes, but now they're like the future. They're coaching kids. So when Khadija has her classes, I'll have 6, 7, maybe 8 youngster juniors from my class coming down. And they know their stuff, the basics, the foundation, so they can actually pass that on to the youngsters as well. So I'll get them all involved. They've been on their coaching badges as well. Some of them are level 1 coaches. Some of them are taking other coaching courses within boxing as well. So it's a matter of building them up, give them accredited courses, coaches, building them up. So they're not only volunteering, but that can actually help them in the future if they want to start coaching and making money from it at the same time.
Brilliant. I mean, Sultan, just for the listeners, he's a husband. He's got 3 kids of his own, mashallah. He works full time for the MPS as a community engagement worker, and at the same time he's giving 15 to 20 hours a week on providing voluntary instructions. And I think that's a massive. I mean, you know what? My wife's been amazing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think, hats off to Mrs. Malik.
Look, do you know, everyone, those of you that are married or have got kids or work full time, as soon as you get in, it's very difficult to get out the house because the
Yeah.
kids are home. The missus possibly, if your wife's working, that she's back. You know, she needs to. You know,
You can't get out.
I
You
can't
can't
cook,
get
so
out.
she does all the cooking and all sorts. So, and it's like when it started, it was obviously one class. So obviously it wasn't an issue. And when it got up to 2 classes and 3 classes and 4, we now run 7 classes a week.
MashaAllah, wow.
Right?
That's amazing.
Now, you can imagine, like, 7 classes. Like, but what it is, she actually sees how it's changed lives. She's actually seen how it's grown
That's
and
amazing.
the impact it's having, and you know, with the likes of Farhan and how we're coaching Khadija and stuff like that. It's
motivation for
it
her.
It becomes more than that. You know, like normally when I started hand on heart, it'd be like, yeah, coaching, go home, coach. But it's not that anymore. It's not about just coaching and teaching kids how to box. You just get exposed to so many other, you could say, issues, if you like,
Yeah.
or things that you need attention to, and support individuals and stuff like that. So, and then along with that, you're going to have to kind of collaborate with other people, whether it be from professional boxers, whether it be YouTubers, whether it be like the Royal Navy as well.
Yeah, we're going to come to that actually.
Yeah.
Well, just to roll back a little bit, Al Madinah Mosque 2016, they were winners of the Bedsar Awards.
Yeah.
So the Bedsar is the British Ethnic Diversity Sports Awards.
Sports awards.
And there, you're not competing with other mosques. You're competing with churches, BAME, people of different ethnic backgrounds. And that's a big award to receive. I mean, how did you feel?
It's like mainstream, isn't it?
Mainstream,
It's like
yeah.
mainstream. So not only got like sports personalities of the year.
Yeah.
So Bedsar, they recognise professional BME kind of athletes.
Yeah.
So you had people like David Hay there. You had a few Olympians there. It was amazing. Black tie event, all of that.
Yeah.
So we were exposed to like, wow, that's
I mean,
amazing.
I mean, they're partners with the Royal Navy, with LTA British Tennis, Sport England. They're partners with all these mainstream organisations.
Remember, Al Madinah Masjid, not only obviously with the boxing, they before I came, they had like they've got like karate classes running. They've got people coming in doing yoga for the ladies. They've got their madrasa have a football team, and they have it. So when the boxing started, I think even the guys at the masjid were like, "Wow, do you know what? This boxing is just taking us leaps and bounds."
Yeah.
And at the time, I think the masjid were like, "Let's apply and see what comes."
See how
So
it
alhamdulillah,
goes.
we got shortlisted, and that was like in itself an achievement.
Yeah.
And then to win it was like, wow.
Because you've got a lot of, what I always say is that we've got a lot of mosques, but professionalism is lacking. We're way behind churches. Church of England, totally professional. They have professional paid youth workers, even Sikh temples.
Yeah.
So for a mosque to win that, I think
No, it was, and it was amazing. So that was just like the icing on the cake in terms of the sports that the masjid provide.
Yeah.
And again, that kind of gave us as a boxing club a bit more recognition, and people recognised us a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
So alhamdulillah, I mean,
there was
it's been
also
amazing.
the Best Youth Provision Awards and Beacon Mosque Awards.
Yeah, so the masjid got rated a 5-star Beacon Masjid Award.
Wow.
I think they were one of 2 or one of 3 in London. So they got a 5-star rating for the services they provide, like as in like from madrasa, community-based welfare, all of that stuff. And a part of that was a separate award to that was the Youth Provision Award.
Yeah.
So again, that involves the boxing club, karate, and all sorts. So, I mean, I like to think that we played a huge part in winning that as well. So it was great to be recognised from the masjid's perspective.
Definite. We'll go for a quick short break.
Cool.
Viewers, listeners, stay tuned. You're listening to Revive FM. You can also ring in. The studio number is 0333 444 0940. We'll be back in a few minutes, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Try our signature Parmesan or our exclusive Chicken Supreme. Our cuisine is based on a blend of African and Caribbean flavors. Don't worry about missing your salah, as we have a dedicated space available. Manjaro's Restaurant, Ilford, 213 Ilford Lane, Ilford. Telephone 0208 514 4455.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximise the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
Did you know that girls like Noura walk an average of 3 miles every day in search of clean water to support their families? Minhaj Welfare Foundation believes you can end the water crisis by building small and large-scale water projects. Your charity is helping improve the lives of communities living in the poorest regions of the world. However, more needs to be done. Support Water for All. Donate today. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
The Colony Restaurant Ilford. Experience fine dining in the perfect setting this Ramadan with our exclusive iftar buffet offer at only £30 per person for adults and £10 for children. From our hot meze selection to our succulent meat dishes, our food is prepared daily using only the finest ingredients. Find us at 492 High Road Ilford, IG1 1UE, or call us on 07534 816 255 to book your table now. You can also follow us on Instagram at Colony Ilford. We have ample space for wudu and salah, so don't miss out on this Ramadan offer. The Colony Restaurant Ilford.
MR Accountants provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment, tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services to all different types of businesses. With our in-house chartered accountants, you can be guaranteed to save money. Contact us now on 0203
Through Minhaj Welfare Foundation,
432
your giving
9138.
saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water. Emergency relief in natural disaster.
Assalamu alaikum, you're tuned into Revive FM. This is a show dedicated to TGB, Touch Gloves Boxing. Your host is Rafiq, myself, and the studio number is 0333 444 0940. My guest is Sultan Malik. He's the founder of Touch Gloves Boxing. We don't talk about how you came up with the name.
Okay, do you know what? That's the wife. She came up with it.
It's brilliant.
Do you know what? I was scratching my head. I was thinking, do you know what? This name, that name, this name, that name. And then she just said, Touch Gloves. What? I was like, all right, cool. It's got a nice
brilliant.
ring to it. So
TGV?
Yeah.
Mashallah.
So it's just kind of stuck since.
People pay thousands of pounds for
I'll say
branding.
that, otherwise I'd have to put £1,000 in an account.
Okay, we'll make sure we edit this in the live version.
Yeah.
Now, when I sent the advert out for the show, immediately I got a response back from a young person, and he said, "I've seen your guest on Hamza Badman's channel." Now, for those of you who into YouTube videos, Hamza Productions, you could say, is a channel dedicated to a comedian, Hamza Arshad. He gets like 500,000, sometimes 1 million views on his videos. Comedian, I think he's worked with the BBC Three, worked on a show with him.
YouTube ambassador as well.
YouTube ambassador
as well. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? Just in terms of how the club started as well, I was doing my level 1 coaching course at the time when I met him. I met him through a mutual friend.
Okay.
And then obviously we've been friendships kind of grown since then. But I was doing my level 1 and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I said, "Bit of coaching." He goes, "All right, let's get the boys together, do a bit of coaching." So this was before all of this TGB started.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I passed my level 1, alhamdulillah. I said, "Come on, let's do it." So Hamza and a few other brothers, we went to Barking Masjid and we started doing pad work and stuff. And it was actually Hamza who said, kind of, "You know what, it'll be really good if you start doing classes and stuff."
Amazing.
So
wow.
And I was like, yeah. So he was like very supportive from day one. This was like before. So Big shout out to Hamza as well. But yeah, he was there from day one, and since then, obviously, alhamdulillah, his career has kind of taken off. He's also brought a book out, a storybook for kids with Puffin Books.
Yeah.
If you haven't read it, you should go and read it. It's available on Amazon and I think Waterstones and all your.
Is it a book? Is it a comedy?
No.
Book?
It's a proper storybook. It's
Storybook.
a storybook.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Which is kind of written or co-written with someone else. It's my kids. I actually purchased a few books for my kids.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
my daughter loved it because what is they can actually relate to the characters and some of the language as well.
Oh yes,
as
yeah.
well. You know,
In it.
with it. No. Even from a cultural perspective.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so
yeah.
So and you've got Muslim names as well.
Yeah.
So they can all kind of relate to it, and yeah, I mean, because Hamza does a lot of his stuff on YouTube and stuff, he's kind of got the club involved as well.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
he's kind of got us involved with a lot of his YouTube videos, playing parts as the boxing coach, and he's come in and he's actually quite good on pads.
Hamza?
Yeah, Hamza.
Really?
I keep winding him up. I keep saying to him, do you know what? You need to start calling people out and having a little fight for charity, but he's not listening. So I think everyone needs to get on his case.
Yeah.
But
well, you've done that before, haven't you? You booked the venue at on Barking Road.
So 2016,
16.
and in 2015, so we held two boxing events, and I think for each of them we had between 300 to 400 young people turn up. Yeah, 300 to 400 young people.
Yeah.
And we had another YouTuber, social media influencer, Adam Saleh.
Yes, Adam Saleh. Yeah.
So again, through mutual friends, he kind of participated in boxing. He's got a passion for boxing as well. So. So he came down and it was well received.
Well
so
attended,
alhamdulillah, we've got like even Harris J has come down to the boxing club and shown his support. So we're getting people coming in and
the young
showing
people, they were from the wider society. They were not. It wasn't a Muslim crowd. It was just everyone. Everyone turned up.
Everyone
it was
turned
amazing.
Up. Everyone turned up. It's amazing. But then again, having these people come into the club, as soon as I send out a message to all our students, like they come in and it just gives them the extra 10% to work harder. I think they just feel a lot more motivated to get involved.
So what are you doing with Hamza at the moment? Are you working on anything currently, or something in the pipeline?
No, I think he's got I think Bad Man's coming out again. The second series or whatever. So I think I've spoken to him and he wants the club involved again. He wants the masjid involved. I think he's doing a few projects around Islamophobia as well.
Right.
And again, he wants me to possibly get involved with that. But he's just amazing. He
if Hamza's listening, Hamza, Revive FM. We want you here. Yeah, we don't want you in. I know you're from Streatham, so either you come here or we'll come to Streatham and we'll pick you up and we'll bring you here.
Yeah.
We want you on the radio.
I'll have a word with him. But like I said, I mean, he's mashallah. May Allah continue his success. He's done amazing. But you know what it is? He's very humble and supportive as well.
Yeah.
You know, some people when they reach a certain station, it
gets to them.
It gets to them. But he's not like that. He's very blessed individual. So he's always supporting. Especially with the youngsters and stuff, he's interacting with them and stuff, so he's great.
Rate that. And the Royal Navy turned up to Barking Mosque at one time. Was that for the boot camp?
Yeah, so we did a boot camp in February, half term. So we did it this year. Yeah. We did it last year. Was the first year we did it. Yeah. And the response was amazing from the parents about their kids wanting to attend. Yeah. So boot camp was like nearly 30 teenagers come down. Yeah. And we have the Royal Navy come down for the week. So what the way it works is that in the morning we have our boxing classes, but then I think this year we had two pros come down, Mohib Fazuddin and Hamza Shiraz. They came on separate days, and a brother called Kojo as well, who's a strength and conditioning coach. So they came down on certain days to run the boxing sessions in the morning, and then the Royal Navy would cook up a lunch. But it'd be like, I think that you got bored of it, didn't you? It was like what was the pasta, chicken and pasta, like every day.
Typical
but
English.
The reason why I tell you, the reason why they do it is because they want the youngsters to know that when they're on their ships in the Navy, it's about eating something so very quick, because they could be called into action or for work or whatever it is. Yeah. So it'll be like pasta, chicken. It has all and a bit of vegetables all mixed in. So it has all the nutrients in that one dish: carbohydrates, proteins.
It's got everything there.
It's got everything there, so it's a matter of just yamming it down. But then we also had a brother called Abdul who runs a company called Fresco Box.
Fresco.
Go check it out now. Fresco Box.
Takeaway place, yeah.
No.
Online?
He provides nutritious prep meals for athletes.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Not just for athletes. He's based in Southend. He's got his own shop, so you can buy. And they all measure like your calories. Some people that are very kind of like health orientated.
Yeah.
They go to the gym. They want to lose fat. They eat in the right and healthy food. So he provides that. He also provides it for professional athletes as well. So Hannah Rankin's one of them who he provides to a female boxer.
Wow.
Isaac Chamberlain also is sponsored by Fresco Box.
And Fresco Box supplied food?
Yeah, so he came down. I said, bro, this is what we're doing. He came down with his mum. His mum's a beautiful cook, a lovely cook. She came down, and these guys, their eyes were like this. And some guys, they don't even eat their veg, like broccolis and stuff. They ate broccoli on the day.
On that day,
they ate.
They liked it.
More, yeah.
So shout out to Fresco Box.
Yeah, Fresco Box, absolutely amazing the stuff that he does as well.
Brilliant.
And he's a supporter of us as well.
Brilliant. And you worked with CBBC for a CBBC
documentary. So basically, one of our students, Ada, actor, hijabi sister, she got approached to do a documentary called My Life, which is on CBBC. I think you can see it on YouTube or the iPlayer and stuff. Yeah. So it was basically her passion for boxing as a young Muslim hijabi female. Right. So the BBC came down. They filmed her coming down, training sessions, me giving her advice, etc. And then we actually, in December, we held an event where she actually had a fight with Farhan. And she's really good. Yeah. And the only reason why we paired her up with Farhan was because, one, we couldn't find a female at her level. Yeah. And also, obviously, Farhan, although he's, maybe smaller than the rest of the boys, he's very good. Very quick, very good.
We see him in the video.
Yeah. So them two made a great couple. So they were sparring together, and then on the day we had again 200 plus people turn up. Wow. Pro boxers turned up, and although it was supposed to be a skills bout to showcase their skills, they went in. They went for it. But alhamdulillah, both of them were amazing. Yeah.
I think that's really good to have someone in a scarf. Because when Khadija first started, she kind of got into a habit of wearing a scarf, maybe just after that, but she always used to come in a scarf when attending boxing. Yeah. And at the beginning, she was like, "Oh, Papa, I don't really want to go." I said, "Why?" I said, "There's no one kind of my age who there's no, let alone someone with a scarf. There weren't hardly any girls at that time." Yeah. But you've done a great job in making sure there's a big balance, between males and females.
I think you and me, just you, isn't it? Hijabi. You're the only hijabi we've got, right? Yeah. Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
You can speak.
Yeah.
Khadija.
I mean,
are you the only hijabi?
You're at the end of the day, even like with the other kids, everyone finds their time and moment in life where they want to implement the deen and as best as they can. MashaAllah, Khadija is doing it now. It's absolutely amazing. And she is a role model for all the other girls, even like my daughters and whoever else turns up to the boxing club, and they see that and they think, do you know what? Look how she's performing or excelling in her boxing, but there's no barriers, there's nothing holding her back. She can still implement her hijab and her deen, and alhamdulillah, it's great.
I mean, the documentary, about the female hijabi, that was an encouragement for her. But now you've got a coach who wears a hijab.
Yeah, I've just recruited a sister, Safia. I reached out to her because she also has done the Hatton course as well. She's like an elite course. She's an elite coach, and she's based in Walthamstow. But alhamdulillah, I got in touch with her. She came down with her parents, that showed them around, said, "This is what we're looking to do. This is what we're doing. Be part of it," and she loves it. So she comes down and helps me with the kids' classes. She's also going to be helping run with the ladies' classes as well.
Amazing.
So it's about picking the right people. Yeah. Coaches come and go, but I just want to get people that are committed.
Yeah. I think committed. You've got professionals. They've got professional certified coaches.
That's what you need. You need people with professional mindset as well to deliver what they're delivering.
That's amazing. Farhan, How long have you been boxing?
Nearly 3 years this year.
Nearly 3 years this year. How are you finding it?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any thoughts, feelings? How has it helped you? Do you find that it's helped you in any way?
It gives you something to do, and it helps you get out of the house more and be more active.
Yeah. I mean, when we were young, you know, parents would be like, get out of the house, you know, and you'd play football, cricket in the street right, until someone's car got hit, right? But these days, parents, they don't want their kids to go out, to be, well, they don't mind, but they're not as keen as maybe in the past, right? But in an environment that you've created, I think, you know, that's
giving them that safe space, isn't it?
Space,
I think, like you said, when we used to go out and, you know, we could go. My parents were like, you know, go out, and we would go to the park, we would play in the streets, and then they never had like signs saying no ball games. You know, we were just free to do as we wanted. But now obviously it's changed. You know, youngsters go out, you know,
it's different these days.
You look at someone the wrong way, or there's a group.
What are you looking at me for?
No, but
I don't know what they say these
the
days.
Thing is, you know, it's, the reality is they don't even say that. They just, you know, you see the rise in knife crime that you've got going on. So, you know, I don't have to elaborate into it too much, but you know where I'm coming from. So these young people, although they might be hanging in groups, might not be necessarily doing anything wrong. You know, it could just there could be an altercation that takes place, and then one thing just leads to another. So it's just a matter of giving them that safe space and doing it. So I think another thing we want to set up like a youth club as well at the masjid.
Brilliant.
So we'll run a TGB youth club where we want to spend at least once a month or 2 days a month getting these youngsters in, where they can do everything and anything but boxing.
Brilliant. Gives them a chance to meet with one another.
Yeah, meet with one another, socialise and stuff like that.
Good environment.
I think a lot of the youngsters, you know, you make friends and socialise with people that you wouldn't, and so I think it's good and it's healthy for these guys as well.
Khadija, how has it changed you?
It's built my confidence, and I'm a lot more. I used to be very shy, but I'm a bit more now active.
And what about Sultan Malik?
He's an amazing teacher. He's hardworking, and he's always focusing on students and how they could like improve on their techniques, and
Brilliant.
Thank you.
And you're with Pure Gym as well now. So Pure Gym, they've got like hundreds of, you know, they've got about 1 million members. I think that there's a plan.
Basically, what happened was, it's one of my regular gyms that I go to just to kind of wind down and train. And then the manager got in touch and said, we're raising money for mental health.
Which is a taboo topic.
Yeah.
Because mental health, mental health, very often, especially amongst Asians, Muslim communities, they think, you know, mental health is a taboo topic, but it can affect anyone with kind of any wealth background, any health background.
Doesn't matter. I think you can be the richest person in the world, you can be, you know, well off, you can be poor. It doesn't matter. I think everyone has mental health issues, or most people do. It's a matter of having having a service where they can go and speak to people, or, you know, friends. Maybe not necessarily. Some people are not comfortable talking to family members, but you know, close friends, or even just like platforms where they let people kind of talk about any issues or mental health concerns they got. Could be like around depression and anxiety, all of these kind of things. So it's becoming more on the forefront now. People are doing it. So Pure Gym were doing a fundraiser for Mental Health UK.
Brilliant.
And they said to me, could you run a session at Pure Gym to raise money? And I thought, yeah, why not? You know, I don't mind doing it. So I got the boys together, went down as a team. We had about 30 people sign up to it, which is huge.
Oh, that's great.
We literally packed out their studio.
Brilliant.
So the session we started running, it was amazing. It was good, wasn't it? It was a really good buzz. And it was quite different as well to your normal sessions, really, because you're more mainstream, if that makes sense.
Which is fine, because you have to go out of your
boundaries. We had males, females there, and to be honest with you, I was very nervous, because obviously when you're comfortable doing your classes, the faces you see regular, you know, you're quite in your safe zone, isn't it? But when it was like, all right, there, I was like, all right, cool, how am I going to plan my session, this, that. But as soon as I got into it, alhamdulillah, it just kind of, everything clicked. And again, you're coaching people that have not done any boxing before, or who have had a little taste of it before. So they loved it.
I saw the clips.
Yeah.
They were enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they loved it. They loved it.
And that's what it's about, really. If you deliver, then, you know, it doesn't matter who it is, to be honest. You delivered. They saw you as a brilliant coach, brilliant teacher.
Yeah.
They were in there.
They were in there, so, you know, they were like full of praise afterwards. And even while the session was going on, because it was buzzing so much, you had people stopping their workouts, coming in, trying to have a look. And even like the instructors, the PT instructors were coming in, taking videos, looking at it. So everyone loved it. And even afterwards, they said, oh, the students that registered for, so when you're back? I was like, I ain't coming back. It's just like a one-off. So then the manager approached me and he's like, I think we might need to kind of explore you coming down doing sessions. So I said, look, let Ramadan pass and we'll talk and we'll sit with the masjid and see what we can do. So already we're kind of like branching out and trying to do as much as we can.
That's excellent. I mean, we're heading towards the end. I mean, what kind of, you know, to kind of summarize or wind up, what kind of advice could you give to the listeners and viewers seeking to, you know, improve their health? I mean, the CEO of this channel, you know, Brother Ismail, I think he's tuned in as well. And I always say to him, bro, we want you to be healthy, and he's been an amazing, you can say, support for this work. He's the one who's basically the backbone of it.
Good work.
He's not one of those people who sits high up and everyone else just deals with it. He's been there, he's done the research on the radio, the vision, the ideas, you know. Going back we've been running this for about 4 or 5 years, every Ramadan. So, and then his plan was that, no, we can't just have a Ramadan radio. We need it to go out, you know, we need to be out in the community. We need it to be 24/7. So there's been a lot of hard work there. You know, but at the same time, sometimes your work gets in the way of other activities. What kind of advice could you give in terms of health improvements?
I just think, you know, just keep yourself active, especially from our kind of backgrounds and the kind of food, the types of food that we eat as well. Yeah, it's not good for us, depending on how much of it you eat and how often of it you eat. You know, there's nothing wrong with a bit of broccoli and pasta now and again, and sweet potatoes and all of that stuff. Mix it up. Eat sensible. I mean, we don't have to go far. We just look at the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, what he said: a third of water, a third of food, and the third for air, right? Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
No, that's right.
So, you know, all of these health nutritionists that are putting out all of these diet plans, they're all only following the Sunnah anyway. So, you know, they've got the thing there. So, yeah, just keep active, keep fit, get involved. Come down to Touch Gloves Boxing. If you haven't boxed before, it does not matter. No. We've got the eldest, I think, brother we've got is in his 50s, and he's picked it up. He can skip better than I can skip. He's amazing. So again, no experience is required. Come down, keep fit.
It's not violence.
How to box. It's discipline. It's control. You know, people come down with anger management issues and they're like, do you know what, I've just calmed down. People have seen a change in me, my behaviour, the way I interact, and it's helped me. And it's amazing to get involved with as well. So yeah, just get involved. In terms of us and where we want to go in the direction we're heading, we're not racing. We're not in competition with no one. We're not looking at what the person behind next door is doing, or we're not looking at, oh, they're doing this, we need to do that. No, we're on our journey, we're on our path. The masjid's here to support us. We're here with the masjid. Hopefully, maybe set up as an amateur boxing club soon by the end of the year. So a lot of our guys want to start competing. So we'll want to give them that platform where all the work that they've put in, they can go out and showcase that. And again, we will be branching out. I mean, I've had people messaging me on Instagram saying, oh, are you based in South London? Are you based in this part or that part? And it's like, no, not yet. Not saying it's not going to happen. I'll say not yet. But it's a process. it's a journey. We're enjoying it. So let's just see what watch this space, as they say.
And you're going to be on Revive FM again.
Inshallah, anytime.
Inshallah. Listeners, viewers, that's all we got time for. Sultan Malik, thank you.
No, thank you
for attending. As I say, we're going to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Again, maybe you can give some health tips. We have something regular on.
Just a shout out to Al Medina Masjid.
Yeah.
Pep Talk UK.
Yeah.
They're one of our supporters, sponsors from day one. Shaz from Pep Talk. All the team. You know, you got Farhan, you got Subhan, Rash, Rasin, Nabil, Safia, Aziz, Sharia. Who have I missed? I better not have missed anyone. Subhan. I said Subhan. All right, cool. Again, and last but not least, the parents. Amazing job. Keep bringing your children. Get involved with their life. If they're passionate about a particular sport or boxing or whatever it is, support them. Take them. The parents take their time out to travel, to drop their kids off, maybe wait for an hour and a half in a car park and then pick them up. Credit to them, because without them, you know, the kids are not going to be exposed to the likes of boxing and keeping fit and active and how important it is. Shout out to the parents as well.
Brilliant. Shout out to Revive FM, Brother Ismail. Minhaj al-Quran, who's one of the supporters. We want you back on the show, inshallah.
Thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Farhan, Assalamu alaikum. Khadija.
Jazakallah khair for your time. Appreciate it.
Barakallahu feek. Okay, speak to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www